Hello everyone, my name is Bree and welcome to Documented Journey. In this video we are going to do a walkthrough of my new setup for May, and then I'm also going to share with you some new patterns that I have coming to the shop. If you are someone that is absolutely in love with these patterns, I suggest that you sign up for my newsletter. It's free and it will give you early access to the patterns, or you can join Patreon as low as $2. It gives you access to a secret shop. So not only do you get access to the patterns, but then you also get access to postcards and stickers that I've provided to my patrons over the months. Eventually they get pushed to the website, but normally I do that once every 6 months. So there is a bunch of designs in the secret shop if you're interested. But anyway, let's get into the video and I will share with you my May setup. Today I am going to talk to you about my journal and all the components and how it's going and what it's gonna look like moving forward. I think in my last video I talked about how much I'm loving my system, and I still am. I have a little calendar insert that I have been using. I actually have been using this all year. So these are the 3 books that I have. I started in February and then I did February and March, April, and then this one is May, and I'm absolutely loving it. I will continue doing this moving forward. I think it just it works for me because I love a pocket in the front of my notebook, and I can just slide this in, and I absolutely love it. And so what I thought about doing today is kind of like walking you through what's going on with my system, but I also wanted to change out my cover just to kind of show. This cover I used from like December till probably March. And this is, all these covers I create and I sell them on my website. All the patterns are not always available. I can only get so many. So for instance, this one I don't have anymore. I'm possibly getting some for Christmas of 2024, but I won't have a lot. But anyway, so with all that being said, if you do see a pattern that you really like, you can reach out to me, or you can check my website. And if you have a pattern that just really speaks to you, I would probably snag it before it's gone. So this is probably my ultimate favorite cover. It is wheat with jagged front pocket, and then this is December Forest on the inside with olive felt. And like I said, I use this one a lot for the majority of the time. I just absolutely love this cover. So this one's out just because I used it so much before, so I'm just gonna set that aside. This one that I'm actually using is Honey, and I have this pattern available still. This is called Daisy with a swoop pocket, and we have avocado, daisy, honey, and then I went with the honey pockets on the inside, and I always go with olive felt. So this is the notebook that I want to switch out of. This is actually in use. This is my very first cover that I created for myself. It is wheat with honey. You're gonna see a theme. And then on the inside right here, this is an old pattern, olive felt, and this is actually, I use this for my taxes, so this will stay here. I am doing a little test on the back of putting a vinyl sticker. Maybe you'd want to stick that on your pocket, kind of like what I use for the patch, and it's working. I would say that you have to be, especially with the wheat in particular, you're gonna have to be careful when you peel it off. But I've peeled it off and put it back on many, many times, and it still continues to create some stickiness to be able to stick. There's a little bit of residue on the cork, but I do know that if you take an alcohol wipe to it, it comes up from the cork just fine. So like I said, this one's in use. I'm gonna set that aside. This one is it's all avocado with a snap closure. I did put a charm on this one on the edge, and on the inside it is enchanted florals. I do have a little bit of this in stock right now, so if that's one that you would want to snag, you should do so. This cover is made for chunkier notebooks. Because of this flap, it's kind of really cool. So you can put your notebook inside, and then it has a nice pen loop situation kind of, you know, all together. So you can put your notebook inside, and really you can bulk this guy up because of the pen loop or the snap closure, but then you can also hook your pen onto the side and it looks really nice. Now like I said, I really like this when at the end of the year when my notebook gets chunky. I wonder what the chunkier one. I pulled this out because this is what I use, a Blanco Benici. Let's see what a chunkier notebook looks like. So like I said, I'm halfway through. I've got a sticker book in there. Okay, I'm halfway through, so it is a little chunkier. And let's throw this one in there and see what it looks like. Because with the snap closure, it gives you, like, I can pull it tight like this, so it gives you an extra space, and then I throw my pin loop in here, or my pen in there, and it still looks nice. It's not chunky enough yet, I don't think, but it also doesn't have a space for like all the things, so I would have to throw, like, did I put that in the front pocket? Right here. I would have to throw this on the inside. Not a big deal. Just have to take that into consideration, and it does bulk that pocket up just a bit more. But that's this one, and I'm not ready for this one yet. And so I'm going to set this aside. And the one I think I'm going to go with is this one. Now this is a avocado with a straight wheat pocket, and then on the inside is a new pattern. I'm like putting this is a piece of wax paper that smells like essential oils. I'm trying to make my felt smell like this, which it did the trick. It does. You can, a lot of times also spray like a really nice spray on it. You could do perfume even, but I use more like an essential oil type situation, and it works out. This right here, like I said, is a new pattern. It is called Prosperity Drone, and so it has bees and flowers, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I have mine so that way it's with the olive felt, and of course, like, the front has the pocket and everything. And I think I'm gonna put this bead on it. I really like this bead. This is from Summer Wind Art, and I just thread it through with one of these hooks. Let's see, it's gonna be hard to see, but it's one of these, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it looks like this, and you just hook your elastic to stick it through the loop, and then you pull it through just like a needle. It's just a flexible needle, and the loop is just big so you can pull the elastics through. So I'm gonna do that through here, and then this pattern is actually a new pattern that I have available on my website as we speak. I will also put the other pattern somewhere on the screen so you can see. It's called Carnation Breeze. It's beautiful on its own, like all in its own right, but I chose this one. It just was more me, and I really like it. So I'm gonna put all my stuff back in here. These are things that I like to have around for if I'm out and about. Actually, I think I might just leave that there. If I'm out and about and I want to take pictures with something, it's just nice. These are just nice things to have. So that way, I don't know, it kind of like makes the picture look aesthetically more pleasing. I can also pop my art into different spaces if I want to, leave it for someone. Sometimes I just shove them on mirrors, and then people can pick them up if they want them. Just, you know, trying to be nice. So I will put this one aside. Oh, I forgot to even mention, with the daisy, I have a listing for a charm. And I just think that it's such a cool touch. I liked it so much that I did the world on this one just to kind of test it out. And then I also play with stuff like you've seen with the patches, but I'm gonna set this one aside. I actually am going to string this one through. Did I put that needle away? Probably. I'm gonna get that back out. I have a new charm coming from Summer Wind Art. It's another bird, and I'm really excited. It just hasn't come in the mail yet, and I think it's gonna look really good on this daisy pattern because it has a yellow spot kind of close to its eye, and I think it would just like pop with this cover. So that's why I was okay with taking the charm off of this one. Normally I just leave the charms on and they kind of just stay with the notebook. So this one will get a new charm later maybe, or it'll stay plain, I don't know. So these are all my A6 covers. I don't have very many, but I obviously have a theme. I'm obsessed with honey, wheat, and the avocado color. All right, so I'm gonna get this tucked in and we're gonna see how this looks in the end. Ooh, buddy, this can go in here. I like to throw my sticker book. Do you have a sticker book? This is a pocket size. And with this, because these are so thick, they normally come with double the amount of sticker pages, but I actually took them out and I took them out and I was thinking about making this a sticker book in itself, like a different one that I can just keep at my desk. But I just kept 4 pages on this one so I could stick this in my notebook and it not bulk it up too much. So stick that in there. And this is what my new cover for May looks like. I'm really excited about it. I think the Prosperity drone pattern on the inside is super cute. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of live in this one and see how it goes. I don't know how quickly I'll be switching in and out of these. Probably like every time I get a new pattern, if I'm going to want to keep that pattern. Not all patterns do I keep, so there's that. And I tend to not like to have too many covers on hand. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it is true. I only have one composition. That's this one right here. And this one has sunflower on the inside. And then I only have 2 A5 plus and 1 A5. So that's pretty much all my covers. And they're all the same colors. If you want to see a cover collection, let me know. As for my calendar, I wanted to show you kind of how I did this because I think it's it's fun. It's not something that normal people do. Like, I don't think I've seen this anywhere. I just kind of created it myself. So what I do is I take a packet of paper and I count out how many pages I need. I like to do 2 days per page. This is a passport size. And what I do is I count out all my pages and then I end up stitching them together in a cardstock like this. And I just weave stitch it together. And then so that way I have all the dates. And with this, it just fell so that way I could use this one day for the whole page. I probably won't need it. On the back, I do my order numbers for my website. And then here is where I create this calendar. So July, May. And what I do is I fold it in half and then I take half of it and I tape it to the front of the cardstock. And then the other half I flip over, I put a Cat Riles calendar printout on it and I use a tab. And what I use that for is not only to open it up to see my whole month, but I also go to the date that I'm on and I use it as a bookmark. So when I want to open it, I just pull from the tab and I can open up my whole month. I absolutely love it. I print these printouts from blankcalendarpages.com. I print them at, I think 75%, but like everybody's printer is different, so you're really gonna have to finagle it. to figure out what would work for you. But I love it because it's very plain, it's very blank, and then I can just cut this out and I can create my own notebook. I also have, like, I have a stack of, like, one of these full of paper. So I have just random paper that I've cut down to be pretty much the same size. But then I also have these that I have. These are Hobonichi blank notebooks, and I could use these. They're a little thicker, I think, than my insert, but I would be getting a ton more days in here, months even. I normally use, like, I want to say 15 pages per day, and at this rate I might, with this size, because it's taller, I might be able to get 3 days on it. I don't know. It still fits okay in the front pocket. It's a little tight, but it still fits. So I might be utilizing these. I have them. I am all about using what I have and creating something that works for me with things that I already have. Like, I don't have to buy a planner, a whole planner that costs me however much money. I can just create one myself, and then I can stick it in my journal. And I have this with me all the time. It's a one book system. It's perfect. I put my pen in here. This is how I clip my pen, and I am ready to go. Like, it really works for me. And so I could utilize these once I run out of these, or maybe I want to create a whole 6 months in a notebook. I don't know. I could also do this system in a completely different size, which I've been thinking about. I also have been watching John over on Planning with John. I think that's his name. I'll list him in the description box below, but he is using an A5 right now, and I'm really liking that too. Like, he's using it kind of like Coffee Monster Co. does, and just without so many, like, her journals I feel like are perfect. Not to say that John's isn't, but his looks more like used, something that I would use. So it was just, I don't know, sparking my interest a little bit. Maybe I can do an A5 and I can tuck, maybe a standard size or something into the pocket for my calendar. All these ideas and the same, but yet the same system, right? So anyway, this is my new notebook for May. Super simple compared to the daisy pattern, but I am loving this cover more and more and more. If I was to pick my favorite, it would definitely be this one, probably then Daisy. And then after that, I don't really know. This one is perfect for when I get a really chunky notebook. I'm going to show you what that looks like. All right, so this is my last year's Kenbor. Kenbor is a brand that you can get from AliExpress, and it's so similar to Hobonichi. But look at this. This fits this notebook. Let's see if it even, it got so chunky throughout the whole year that I decided that I just did not want to do a full year because I just didn't like writing on it. But look how chunky you can really see that this thing holds. These notebooks with the snap closure are just absolutely perfect for the chunk. If you're a chunkier notebook person, this is where it's at right here. I will forever have one of these in my stash because of, the end of the year bulk that you end up producing. I also love how the pen just fits so perfectly on this, and I'm just amazed at how much it holds. I mean, not only could it just hold this monstrosity of a notebook, I mean, look at this compared to what a blank Hobonichi looks like. But it could also probably hold two blanks. If you're like a 2-book kind of person, here's a blank notebook. This is actually the next blank notebook that I'm gonna move into. I have so many of these Hobonichis, it's not even funny. But look at this, I can put 2 in here and close this up, and it looks really nice. So I used to use a pen and gear notebook for my planning, and it just works so well with this cover. Here's a pen and gear. With the spiral and everything, I just shoved this into the side, and then I could have these two notebooks even with a spiral, and it looks really nice, put together, classy. Anyway, I enjoy the snap closure just enough to keep one in my collection. I really like the enchanted florals too. That was a pattern that I collabed with Heather Mattern. Anyway, so this is what I am using definitely for May. We'll see if this continues into June and July. I'm curious, how's your planner journal system going? Are you using what you started with? Are you liking what you have? Are you trying to make changes? Yeah, let me know what's happening with you and your journal in the comments below. And all right, so I did want to pop in here at the end and show you what the patterns kind of look like in a notebook. I have made this for a special friend of mine, and I have a composition spiral notebook on the inside. So this guy right here. And she wanted the cover to be the goldenrod with a prosperity drone spine. So that's what it looks like. And then on the inside, she wanted to use the, what is this called? Carnation Breeze pattern. And I did something kind of interesting. She kind of was flexible with me. So as you see, everything is goldenrod with the prosperity drone on the outside. But then when you open it up, you have wheat as the inside flap. So that way it looks cohesive when you open it up with the Carnation Breeze. So I wanted to kind of show you how it looks on the cover with the prosperity drone. I think that it would look really nice with avocado, wheat, honey, any neutral, even the black color, which is called shade. Branch would look good, and then obviously goldenrod. I haven't really put it up to the berry, but I think berry just might be too dark because this color is more of a orangey red, not a deep red. And then for the Carnation Breeze on the inside, it looks good with the plum, the berry, the midnight, even the navy blue. I've even put it on lagoon and it looks great. Wheat, obviously, honey. So if you have any questions about ordering, you can pop them in the comments below, or you can head to my website. I actually have a video on how to order because I know there's a ton of add-ons that you can do. For instance, this snap closure. And you can also add, all my covers come as a folio, but you can also add elastics to make it a hybrid. So that way you can add your own inserts if that's what you choose to use your notebook with. So I hope this kind of gives you an idea of how these patterns can look. I thought this combination of having, one on the outside, one on the inside was really fun, and I wanted to show that to you. It's really cool to be able to create your own notebook cover, and that's kind of what I do on my website. But then you can also go to the ready to ship section if you just can't decide, because there are so many options, and I get it. You can go to the ready to ship section on my website, and I have a bunch of covers, all different sizes, that are ready to go. If you don't see your size, come back to this video and comment below that, hey, I'm looking for such and such size, and I don't see that you have that on the ready to ship section. Is that going to be something that you're offering? I don't know exactly what size everyone wants, so I try to make a variety of sizes, and I try to have them available for when I have new patterns, to kind of give you an option, you know what I mean? So that way if you're having a problem deciding, then you will have options. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like these new patterns as much as I do. And these patterns will be live on my website on Wednesday, the 15th of May. If you, again, sign up for my newsletter or Patreon, you will have early access until then. And until next time, everybody, I'll see ya.